Canadian Prime Minister and relentless apology machine Justin Trudeau is visiting India right now, and sadly for him it's not going well. Trudeau's embarrassed his country and annoyed many Indians by dressing up in ludicrous Indian national garb, ludicrous on him, and nearly meeting a violent Sikh extremist for dinner. Recently, though, Trudeau also was mansplaining to Canadians that they should not use the word mankind, and a U.S. school agrees. A writing guide at Purdue University, accredited school, apparently, tells students to avoid words like mailman and mankind in order to have, quote, non-sexist, non-biased writing. Kathy?
Right, so non-sexist, non-biased. All right, so first and foremost, let me give all praise to Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai Ba'asham, Racha Kodash. A double honor to the apostles and notice that great millstone. This is Inaya Allah with the beloved truth. As you can see, the confusion war wages on. All right. The war against manhood, against men, against the Most High, rather, is wages on. All right. And we're living in a time where things are getting worse. You got these people that believe that their ideology outweighs biology, in which I'll go into the word biology, which is nature. And they're trying to take the nature of things out of the spectrum, out of the way of thinking. They're trying to take the logical ways that were established from the beginning and demonize and, pretty much make it seem as though it's evil. And really it's not, and this is a small group of people. Mind you, it was a college that came up with this ideal in the first place. An ideal that attacks the whole, mainly it attacks the men of the Lord, really, because we're for the laws of God and they hate God. And they're showing you that in every move that they make and every policy that they make as well. All right. The scriptures say they shall wear out the saints. All right. So biology is the natural science that involves the study of life and living organisms, including their physical structure, chemical composition, function, development, and evolution. All right. So our natural physical structure is to come out male, female, Y chromosome, X chromosome. All right. If you know the science on that. But they're trying to change that, the very understanding of a basic understanding of biology. All right. Of the basic understanding of science when it comes to human life. All right. And these are sadistic, psychopathic, evil, wicked people who want to erase that which is old, God's path, the Most High's path, which he says, which I'll get right now, Jeremiah 16:6, or I think it's 6 and 16. 6 and 16, it says, thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, ask for the old paths. Where's the good way? All right. So it's asking you, where's the good way? I mean, it was showing you that it is the good way. All right. And mankind, these Edomites, which are the devil, which are the sons of perdition, the border of wickedness, wherever they go, they destroy, they dismantle truth. They lie about history. They do all type of things to destroy the Most High's words and his influence on the earth, but they cannot and they will not, because the Most High is he's gonna recompense them. He's gonna judge them for trying to pretty much come at the Creator. All right, because he's the one that gave us this earth to begin with, and look how we're treating it. All right, look how they're treating it. Look how Esau's treating the earth. All right. Look how he's treating the people of the earth. He's trying to take their natural biology and their natural God-given rights away from them. OK, the Most High said he made people man and female. He made mankind man and female. All right. He didn't make in between. All right. There wasn't any gray areas. These people created those gray areas, became transgender. All right. And trying to alter their carbon, for lack of better words, alter their appearance so they can deceive people to force them to believe what they want them to believe. And that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a small oligarchy, and they have a huge backing as far as money is concerned. But it says, and walk therein. So it's telling you to walk in the old paths because it's the good way. And ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. All right. So the people, and that's talking about mostly our people, but for the most part, the whole world, and mainly Esau, because they're the greatest nemesis. All right. To the Most High, to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, that there ever have been in the world, because they're crooked people. Only a crooked person will tell me that he's offended by me using the word man because it's sexist. All right. And they created that notion. All right. The scriptures say they shall wear out the saints. Why? Because they're making laws that punish people based on how they feel. And when what they feel has absolutely nothing to do with truth. It's not truth. So they're coming after us on every level. And this is what brothers have to face, man. The confusion is great. The insurrection, they made an insurrection against us. All right. So these are the people that's going to come, the type of people that's going to come after us. But let me get Daniel chapter 7, verses 25, man. Daniel 7 and 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And that's what they're doing. The great words that they're speaking, and what their policies that they're putting into place. They're offended. They want to take the word man out of existence. All right. The word one man out of existence. Mankind. The word mankind. All right. And I'm going to go back into that video, and he's going to show you how foolish. It's absolutely foolish. You're going to see that. And, even you can tell on a woman's face, she don't even believe the crap. She can hardly believe that crap, but she's being paid, through these think tanks and institutions because of what? They're making insurrection, man. They're trying to fight against the Most High. It says it shall wear out the saints. They're wearing us out, man. Every time you turn, it's bad enough. They just been discriminating against us for hundreds of years, and now we've reached a point where they giving these homosexuals rights over us, over black men, so-called Latino men, so-called Native American men. We're being gunned down, stop and frisk. We're being discriminated against openly, and nobody cares. Nobody wants to say anything about it. In fact, like they said before, I've listened to many people that explain how they exchange covertly brought the homosexual agenda in to pretty much take our agenda off what they call the black agenda, which gives us rights to be treated like human beings. We're not treated like human beings. The so-called black man, the so-called Native American man, the so-called Latino man, you tribes, of the nation of Israel. We're being treated like dung, man. We're being treated like not even second-class citizens. We're treated like animals, and that's what these people in these think tanks, that's their rhetoric. All right, that's their rhetoric. All right, and a lot of thoughts come to my head, so Salaki, if I'm rambling, but it says, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times in the dividing of time. So they're giving it into his hand now, and the time, and as you can see, is manifest. All right, their time right now, and it's their time to rule, so to speak. All right. So let me get Revelations 12 and 12. I'm trying to hit you with some scriptures, man, so you can get that understanding. Revelations 12 and 12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, now we know ultimately it's talking about more severe situations that's going to be taking place headed by the so-called white man, who's the devil, according to the Bible, who is the sons of perdition, who is the wicked seed, who is Edom, all right, or Esau, the descendants of Esau, okay? They're going to be doing all kinds of things on this planet, making insurrection against the people, the ones that they deem unworthy of their society. They're going to be doing all type of things, man. They're going to be coming down with martial law. All right. You see how they come up, how they bomb different countries. And that's just on a military standpoint. But when they give leave to these corporations, and these corporations hire their mercenaries, the greatest thing that, the most, how can I say the biggest thing that's going to be running is law enforcement. And they're going to be setting up certain laws. You know, I think the scriptures say they frame a law or something. I got to find it, though. Slackish, if I lose my train of thought. It says, having great wrath because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So these Edomites know they have a short time. All right. And the Lord set the bounds so they cannot pass, according to Job. All right. So let me see. Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So they have a point in time where it's going to be a point in time where the Lord is going to stop all of this. He's going to stop the so-called white man. All right. And he's going to bring in that judgment, that those dark days, man, because they have made insurrection against his word. All right. Let me get Second Esdras. Let me see. Second Esdras chapter 7. And I'm going to start at 20. All right. Because we understand the Most High has made man, man, and woman, woman. All right. He made woman for the man's sake. All right. Not the other way around. Okay. So this is Second Esdras 7:20. It says, for there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of God that is set before them. All right. So it was set before them. The Bible, you have it in all the judicial systems. What have they done? They have taken out the Bible. They have made a gay Bible. They have tried to alter the Bible, you know, but it's still, you know, it's in its purest form for the elect. All right. So it says, verse 21, for the Most High hath given straight commandment to such as came what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. See, the white man ain't avoiding punishment. You know, he's being the most prideful that he can ever be. All right. And the Most High is hardening their hearts so they can buck up against him. All right. Because he's going to bring them down. All right. It says in what they should observe to avoid punishment. And they're not going to avoid their punishment, man. They're going to go headlong and to define the nature of the Most High in his laws and that he created for creation, for his whole creation. And one thing they don't understand, that the Most High is, he's getting ready to judge them. And nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds. So they're deceiving themselves and said of the Most High that he is not and knew not his ways. So the so-called white men and all these different institutions, what are they doing? They're saying the Most High doesn't exist. All right. Even though he gave them a law, even though they know it works, but they're trying to alter his creation. All right. It says, and deceive themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not and knew not his ways. But his law have they despised and denied his covenants. In his statutes have they not been faithful and have not performed this work. And ultimately, you know, it's talking about our people, but it's talking about the whole world and the wicked, mainly the wicked, because they rule the world. All right. And whoever the Most High give the world, whoever's ruling the world, the Most High gave it to them. All right. Not to just do whatever the hell they want to. and destroy it and destroy his basic laws on mankind, but to actually keep it. All right. It says, behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth. And that's talking about Yahweh Shai. All right. And Israel coming together. All right. And whosoever is delivered from the foresaid evils shall see my wonders. All right. So for my son, Yahweh Shai shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they that remain shall rejoice within 400 years. Well, Salaki. It says, and after these years shall my son Christ die, and all men that have life. So it's talking about Yahweh Shai. All right. So and you know that's a different breakdown for another time. But the point was made that these people are trying to defy the Most High. All right. So on my next scripture, let me go ahead and play a little bit more of this insanity, man. It's a clear indirect assault on nature, on us, period.
Theyre is founder and publisher of Catalina Magazine, and we think she agrees, and she joins us tonight. Kathy, it's great to see you.
Hi, good to see you.
I gotta say, there's kind of a basic irony here. I mean, you're lecturing us about sexism while you're sitting right now in Manhattan.
Manhattan. We need to rename the city then. The Big Apple. The Big Apple would be less offensive. So I feel that I'm sitting in the Big Apple, not Manhattan.
Okay, but why stop there? Why should the post office deliver?
See, look at the logic behind this. They are offended because they altered their sex, not us. You know, we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything to pressure, this habit, but they altered their own sex. So they took the nature of themselves, altered it, which in is lashing out at the nature of us, period. All right. And you see there's no logic behind that. OK, there's absolutely no logic behind that. And this is the type of world that we live in. And brothers need to understand that these people are sadistic. They are at the worst that they have ever been. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that God hath made man upright, meaning all mankind. It says, but they have sought out many inventions. All right. And let's go into that word inventions really quick. All right. Because they know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing. They're gonna play it off as though, that the actual good things of the Lord are evil. And the scriptures tell you that. So, the Hebrew word for inventions is chasha by, but one, I believe. Chasha by one. I might be wrong, but device, invention. It says warlike machine. All right. Engine, invention. To think, plan, esteem. So what are they thinking? They're imagining evil things. It says imagine, to think, account, to plan, to devise. All right. To esteem, to invent, to think upon, consider, be mindful of. Well, you get the gist. All right. You get the gist. So these people are what? They have sought out many inventions. All right. They have sought out many imaginations. All right. And those imaginations against the Lord, man, The scripture's talking about them framing. Let me go ahead and get the scripture. Yep, here we go. Psalms 19:20. shall the throne of iniquity, meaning the rulers of the wicked, have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law. What is mischief? All right. Trouble. All right. What it says, grievance, miserable, wickedness, wearisome. That's wearisome. You know, if I use the word man in public, they can come after me. And, you know, a word that's really not offensive. They're just creating certain things because this is a Orwellian society, and they want to control people's thoughts and how people feel. All right. All right. So frameth, Salakia. So frameth to fashion wickedness by law. All right. So in other words, which frameth mischief by law, by a law. All right. Which fashion wickedness by a law. You know, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. So they're condemning the innocent people on in the earth, man, which are the tribes of Israel. All right. The sons of God. All right. The lowly people we don't have anything. We don't have any resources. We don't have any banks. We don't have our own our homeland. They hijacked it. So you can see the peril that we're under, man. You know, it says, but the Lord is my defense and my power. God is another word for power, is the rock of my refuge. All right. And see, what they don't understand is that the Most High is he does exist, man. You know. All right. And he exists beyond their wildest imagination. All right. It says, and he shall bring upon them their own iniquity. All right. So they did it themselves, man. They're the ones that made insurrection against the Most High. So he's going to recompense it, man. He's going to turn it upon their own heads because they created it. It says, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord our power shall cut them off. All right. So these people, like I said, man, are sadistic. These are Edomites, man. These are the thought patterns of Edomites.
Male.
I know. Well, it's spelled M-A-I-L, so that's okay. If it's M-A-L-E, then there's a problem.
Homonyms count, and this applies to email too, because it's not about spelling, it's about being gender inclusive. Right. And male is offensive. We just learned.
Well, gender inclusive is so they're forcing people to accept these transgenders and these different people who are changing their sex. All right. It's just backwards, man. You know, it's just backwards, man. And this is the ideology in which this world is starting to live by. All right.
Well, no, I don't think they're including that, but they are saying that society has changed and times are changing, and we don't want to be offensive in our language. And they're trying to be non-sexist and non-biased, and that means trying to take the word man out. So instead of man-made, it would be synthetic. So
now you see where we headed? You see where we headed? We're headed into that Orwellian dystopian society. Synthetic. All right. And the chip is around the corner, man. The RFID chip is around the corner. Everything that you've seen in the movies is here. OK. Everything that you've seen in the movies is already here. OK. When you watch movies like Blade Runner, let me see what else. Demolition Man. All these futuristic movies where it's pretty much post-apocalyptic and the poor man is a loser because you got these rich oligarchies, these rich psychopathic people trying to steal their rights as human beings. All right.
Instead of mailman, it would be mail carrier. So there's many ways to go around it. Instead of humanity, you should say people.
But mail carrier still has mail in it. So you haven't, it's kind of a fake. Oh, but that's a Dodge.
Or package carrier. I mean, we can come up with so many other terms that are less.
See, right now they playing, but, you know, they're going back and forth playing and shit. But, you pretty much get the gist.
Offensive, yeah.
You might still offend dyslexics. You can change a vowel, but it sounds the same. It has that dreaded word that sends people shrieking for their safe spaces, male.
Well,
You know, he's being sarcastic right there. But that's how hysterical these group of people are. They're very hysterical. They're very controlling. They're very sadistic. They're very evil when it comes to other people's rights, because people use their rights in the right context, you know, given to them, you know, and they're just trying to alter society, and they have the money, the backing for it. And one thing I want to note is that we're not a part of their future. All right, their new epic, their new world order. Okay, we are the epitome, you know, of evil when it comes to what they want to establish, and we're not invited to the party, so to speak. So yeah.
saying man. Man is the word that they're trying to avoid. They're saying that the word man is associated with adult men, and as opposed to just humanity or humans. So they're trying to avoid the word man. So if we can
see, you see him laughing, all right, because these news outlets are nothing more than you know, I mean, well, he's laughing because it's absurd, man. What they're saying is just stupid. He knows it, but they're paid to push these type of ideals, to push these and plant these seeds, you know, because it's part of the new world order that they're setting up, man. All right.
eliminate that word, then things would be much better and people would be less offended.
Well, what if you lived in Manchester, Vermont?
Well, they might have to change the name of the city if people agree with Purdue University. And Purdue University found that things need to be updated, and they updated their writing guidelines.
So these universities, which we always say a waste of time and evil, these are the tools and instruments or think tanks of the elite. Okay, for social reform. To swaying society, to swaying public opinion the way they want it, so they can control the masses of the people. All right. So they can control. It's all about control. OK, and it's all about their new world order. All right. So, you know what? I ain't got to play. Y'all pretty much hit the point on that. But I might hit a few more scriptures real quick. All right. Because they're the throne of iniquity. And the Most High is, the Most High is finna destroy these fucking people, man. He's finna destroy them, man. All right, let me see. Let me make sure that's right scripture. All right, Psalms 59:1, it says, to the chief musician, Altashkith, Misham, of David, when Saul sent and they watched the house to kill him. All right. It's a sentiment from what he went through with his enemies. David, you know, when Saul was pursuing him to take his life. But this, you know, it applies now because it's, you know, it's parallel to what we're facing with all these different, you know, Edomites. Not saying Saul was Edomite. Saul is not an Edomite. But they have the same wickedness, you know, comparable wickedness. All right. Deliver me from mine enemies. Oh, my God. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity. All right. Meaning, you know, the wicked, the workers of the wicked. All right. It says, and save me from bloody men, because they're bloody men, man. Homosexual and transgender, those are the most hostile people, the most uncivil people on the planet. There's no talking with them. There's no trying to figure things out or go about things in a civil fashion, because they will try to overthrow you, man. It says, for lo, they lie and wait. Hey, you see that prime example is in Sodom and Gomorrah when the angels were with Job. You know, they violently wanted to come upon the house and violently wanted to pretty much wanted to rape the angels, man. You know? And it's the same sentiment, man. It's the same type of manner in which they're going by. For lo, they lie in wait. For my soul, the mighty are gathered against me. Not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault. Awake to help me, and behold, thou therefore, O Lord, O Yahweh, power of hosts, of armies, the God, the power of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors. Salah. All right. So the Most High is not going to be, he's not going to hold back, man. When the time comes to destroy them, it's going to be over with for them, man. All right. Psalm 64:1. Hear my voice, O Lord, O power. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection. Let's go to the word, the throng and company, tumultuous crowd. And that's what they are. That's why they be protesting. They had their parades and all that. They're a tumultuous crowd. All right. It says insurrection or a tumultuous crowd of workers of iniquity, meaning wickedness, who whet their tongue like a sword. So another word for whet, sharpen. So they sharpen their mouths like a sword. All right. And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Those are bitter words, saying I can't use the word man or I can't identify as a man because they're going to strip my rights as a man or even calling myself a man away from me because they're offended, because they've altered their carbon, you know, and became something that they have no business being, you know, and they're trying to force people to accept it, which this is all eugenics. This is all part of depopulating the earth. This is all part of that, you know. This is all part of their grand scheme, man. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So what do you think they're setting their laws up against when they're in these think tanks? And these think tanks flooding billions of dollars down these institutions' throat for research. All right. They're trying to create a society that's totally against the ideal man, and that's a man of God. All right. The ideal man is a man of God. All right. Not no altered carbon based synthetic being. All right. Which they trying to call themselves or identify themselves as like it's some type of extravagant word. I mean, you know, it's some type of extravagant title, you know. They're only making themselves worse, man. They're making themselves less than what they are. Says they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privately. That's a snare, man. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. Like I said, they're sadistic. It says, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away. All right. So the time is coming, man, where, you know, they're being revealed even by their own. OK. And people are going to see that, damn, those are the wicked. We better get away from them because we know what the Most High is capable of, man. You know. But with that, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to the brothers that's out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. And Shalom.